I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit.
Hi, you're watching and listening to Family Film Club. I'm Sumi Nazli.
And I'm Shai Abusam.
As usual, every week we watch a local film, we review it. And this week we are watching a local film, we're reviewing it. And the film's called
Memoir Seorang Guru.
Memoir Seorang Guru.
Starring
Why did
Rosham
it come out during Hari Guru?
I don't know.
Bad timing. We watched Memoir Seorang Guru,
Yes.
directed by Khairul Hamzah. Khairul Hamzah. Starring Norman pula.
Datuk Rosham, no.
I wanted to say Norman Hakim, but who knows what has happened with Norman Hakim. But yeah, Rosham no. Okay, so what's the film about?
It's the memoirs of a Seorang Guru. It's about this teacher, Cikgu Sunan. His wife has died, and then he has a daughter, and he hates his job. Which is surprising because, like, being a teacher is not really a profession you just kind of fall into, I feel, but never mind. So he doesn't like being a teacher, he just does it because it's a job. And then he's posted to, like, this kind of like kampung school lah in Perak, and he's supposed to be there for like 5 years. So he goes to this school, and then he's the class teacher of these bunch of 12-year-olds, and then you meet the 12-year-olds, and then the story kind of unfolds from there lah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's adapted from a novel.
Yes.
It's adapted from quite a very popular novel lah.
Yeah.
Which I did not read. I have not read that novel. But yeah. So, what do we think about the film?
I actually feel the film is kind of okay. I did not entirely. It was very melodramatic, but I feel like any film that is adapted from a Malay novel is melodramatic. Yeah, so it was very melodramatic, which I expected, but it wasn't exactly done badly, I felt. There were things that I didn't like in the film. Like, I felt like there were too many deaths. In this film itself, 3 people kind of die in the film. And you know that they die because it always has a pengebumian scene, which I felt was like very over lah, actually. Like, I don't know that so many people needed to die in the span of 2.5 hours. Rosham No's acting was actually very good, and the kids, whom I think are all first-time actors, was so cute. I thought the chemistry was really great between the 3. There are 3 main boys. Okay, it's Mihad, Mat, and Alias. So like these 3 boys are basically like the anchor lah in the student body of the class or whatever. So, and the story also, and I thought the chemistry was really great. It didn't feel forced. None of it felt unnatural. The one that plays his daughter is just kind of like whatever. Nobody cares about her. She's She only has one facial expression.
She plays no role also in the
It's
story.
like okay lah, whatever. So I really thought it was actually kind of okay. Could it have been better? Sure. It could have been done a lot better. I think it could have been a bit tighter. It could have been the music thing was very tiring. That was quite generic and a mistake that people make all the time. You know, like to invoke emotion, we must play the mood music over and over and over again. And they only have one song. Like it's one full song, but then they cut different parts of the song to put into different parts of the film, which was by the middle point very annoying to me. I was losing it already because it was the same song, so that was really annoying. I thought the back and forth between the film is like kind of a flashback thing, so you see him in the present and then he's like thinking back about when he first got posted and his students or whatever. I thought the back and forth worked kind of okay. It wasn't like very jarring or very annoying. Some of the flashback scenes were a bit longer, but I guess that's the point because that's really the story they want to tell. So I don't know. Overall, it was fine lah. The ending was unnecessary, but it was okay lah. I have no burning hatred for it, which is saying something considering how this year and these films have gone. So it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent film. It was I liked the film a lot. I mean, Roshamno, I have never expected any less when it comes to his performance in any kind of like movie or TV show or whatever. He's just a really, really good natural actor. And he did very well. I've been waiting for a very long time for Rosham to become a lead again lah. He's had like sub characters side supporting characters in different movies over the years. I mean, he is a bit older now, right? So he hasn't been getting leads, but you see, he can still play the lead. You know, I want to see him play the lead that is of his age soon. You know, in a movie where he's playing the lead character where he's actually acting his age, because he's not young. He's old, right? But he looks good though for his age, you know. And in this movie, he managed to play a 40-year-old teacher. You know, I guess because of his age, you can also make him look older, so the flashback scenes look good. You know, you don't have to find a different actor. Like the kids, you have to find different actors, right? Like this one, no need. And he can play the role of an old man well, and a young man well. There were several things in the film that one thing I thought some of the scenes were shot very badly lah, ugly, dark, you know, but it didn't really matter because to me this one the story trumped the technical aspects of it lah. I know you mentioned about the music. I didn't notice the music at all. I didn't notice it at all because I was enjoying the story, right? So it was not an issue for me, and the story was so good because number one, it addresses teaching very well, I think, for government school teachers. You mentioned about how people don't stumble into teaching. I know a lot of people who were forced to take teaching, study teaching to become teachers because they couldn't do anything else. They couldn't qualify for other courses that they wanted or whatever, you know, so they were forced to be teachers. And for the most part, it was because their grades were not good enough. You know, so they were forced to be teachers. And I think that has been an issue over the decades in Malaysia. It's like, oh, grades not good, become teacher lah. You know? And that's why a lot of people, like the public lah, more or less like to say that that's why the education system in Malaysia is not good lah, because the teachers are not of quality lah and all that, right? But I think also over the decades, there has been, an not upscale, but an improvement in teaching lah, in the teaching profession lah. Now like what you say, people don't really stumble into teaching. People who want to be teachers, they actually want to be teachers, and I hope to see that come across lah in the education system soon lah.
Yeah, no, I say that because I also took TESOL, right? I took foundation in TESOL because my mother forced me to, because she said there will never be a shortage of when you need teachers, and true enough, now there's a shortage of English teachers actually. So a lot of my classmates though, I didn't finish my TESOL degree. I did the first year. But a lot of my classmates then went on to either take their masters and become lecturers, or they just do like admin work or copywriting work. So that's what I meant when I said like you kind of have to really choose to be a teacher to really continue being a teacher lah. Even though you study, it doesn't necessarily mean that's what you want to do lah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I have some friends who kind of like that lah, couldn't qualify, but then became studied to be teacher. But I know one or two of them who now actually like their profession. You know. I never wanted to be a teacher, but I stumbled onto teaching. Of course, I don't teach primary school and secondary school lah. I teach university lah. But I stumbled onto it, and I've been doing it for 20 years now. You know, because it really is a very, very nice career.
So you can make a film about you lah.
Well, I mean, I didn't.
Sorry, Rosham, no.
I did. Yeah.
Rosham, no can be you.
Nah, you know. Hey, Abang. I mean, okay. I know Rosham, right? We've worked together many times, and he's actually a very cool guy. He's a very nice guy. He respects people, and he gives people opportunities. Some people might criticize him for his conservative views or whatever, but personally, he's a very nice guy. I like him. No, I mean, I didn't go through the struggles of this teacher. You know, I didn't go fishing with a.
Don't give it away.
Yeah, well.
Don't give it away.
But actually, teaching is a very, very, very nice career. I love it, and I will never give it up. I don't know how I would fare teaching very, very young kids though. I might just punch them in the face every day. But also, I like the reality of the show. Yeah, it's very melodramatic, like you say. Most Malay movies, like, you know, when people say, oh, the great Malaysian movie, maybe melodrama is, you know, the great Malaysian movie.
That is what defines a Malaysian movie.
But this one is good. It's a good melodrama, you know. I like the fact that it really portrays reality in the sense that it's not black and white, you know. The teacher is not the hero. Neither is the student. Because they're all going through life and going through different challenges and all that. The teacher is not a good...
He's not a good teacher.
Yeah! He's not really...
and he has no good intentions.
Yeah.
He's not here to change the world
Correct.
or whatever. He's just fucking doing his job.
It's not like Adibiraku, you know? Oh, I want to come and teach. I want to make a difference in the world. No!
He was just like, I hate this place, I hate these children.
But because of all the things that he experiences as a teacher...
Changed his perspective.
Yes, with the students. He does many mistakes with his students.
Yeah.
You know, and I like how he has to come to terms with that. It shows people growing as human beings rather than growing as a professional or something.
Yeah.
You know, and that is what I really, really like about the film. And they chose great actors to play these roles.
Yeah.
The kids, yeah, they're kids. But, wow, very nice to watch them perform.
Yeah.
You know? Yes, the storyline is so good, yeah.
I really liked Alias's character. So there's this boy, his name is Alias. He comes from, his father is like paralyzed already, and then he comes from like this poor family, but they didn't like make it a tragedy, you know. He was still a very upbeat character. He doesn't hold grudges. He gets
crushes on girls.
He's not like bogged down by his circumstances, I guess. He's just living life and taking everything that happened as part of it lah. So like, and then later on they show the kids when they grow up, right? And he's still kind of that same guy.
Positive outlook, yeah.
And he's like, the teacher kind of, because the teacher was an asshole, right? So the teacher like apologizes to him. And he's like, no, you never did anything wrong to me. Anything that I've achieved is because of what you've taught me. Because to be fair to the teacher, he is the one that really tells them like, you need to aim higher, achieve better grades. Don't just think, oh, just because you got a C, very good already. And then he like takes the time to teach them, like give them extra class.
He was not a horrible teacher,
it was like,
you know.
He did that, and you can see how that would have sparked them to aspire for more. But it wasn't like so concentrated on, you know, just that. And it wasn't so concentrated on the fact that, oh, these kids are poor, or these kids are from the kampung, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was, yeah, like you said, kind of just a really good life kind of story lah. But Alias's character was my favorite because I really felt like he was just such a good guy, and he was such a good kid, and he really didn't deserve the things that happened to him in the film, you know. But in spite of that, he really like kind of took it in his stride, and I thought that was really great because they could have taken the opportunity to turn him kind of bitter and turn him into a villain, and that would have been cliche, but they didn't, you know. So this kid actually kind of persevered lah through everything that happened to him, and I thought that was excellent. That was great. It was wonderful.
It's a very holistic life story.
Like,
The teacher learns from the students, students learns from the teacher, everything. And then when they're all older, right? I like the fact that it doesn't harp on like, oh, you know, this person was from a kampung, poor kid, and then eventually wakil negara menang, you know, gold medal, which there's nothing wrong again with that.
it's not like an underdog story or so.
It's
They're
not
just
really like
normal
that.
people only.
Yeah, and it talks about being successful by just being a good person.
Yeah.
You know, there's no one in that class like ends up becoming, you know, the Prime Minister or, you know, United Nations Secretary General. I mean, nothing like that. They're normal. Accountant lah, lawyer lah, doctor
Oh,
lah.
and one of the kids even become a
content creator on social media.
One of the kids even becomes a agricultural entrepreneur.
Farmer.
So he helps like young farmers,
Yeah.
and I thought that was also really cute.
So it's just like just being a good person, doing your part in the world, you know, for other people, it's
And just aspiring to more also
Yeah.
lah, you know, but aspiring to more, not to the point of like, you know, like all these underdog shows where it's like to the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's just aspiring to more than what you have lah, which they kind of did, and they kind of,
it makes
yeah,
you watch this film and you feel
very warm.
content.
Yeah,
You know?
it's good.
Yeah, it should have come out during Cik Hadik Blue.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
It's good,
but
it was good.
It's a good movie. Makes me want to read the novel, but I don't know lah. We'll see. You know? Yeah. Would you tell people to watch this?
yeah, I would definitely tell people to go watch it. I think it's not hard to push past the melodrama and all of that, because the story is good lah. It's got good bones, it's a good
Yeah.
story, it's got good characters, it's got good acting. So yeah,
Yeah.
watch it.
It's
Watch
very
it.
good. And actually the melodrama plays into the story lah. You know, you kena layan, you know. It's way better than The Experts. You know,
too
if you're
much.
talking about like genre film, right? So this genre, but good story lah. It just makes you
Good
feel
story,
good.
very good story.
You forget it's a movie. You forget a lot of things. You just get engulfed into these people's lives. It's yeah, like it. Yeah. So go watch it. Let us know what you think. You know.
Like
would,
this video.
Would you want to be a teacher?
Ugh.
Actually, being teachers, it's great. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like this video, don't like this video, subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms at FatBidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything you've been watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Cheryl Abustan.